Lepara, welcome to my YouTube channel. So if you're a returning subscriber, ke re ke thabela ho bona o sa nna ka mo jarateng. If you are new, ke re ke amohela ka mo jarateng. So today we are doing what I call a random Monday analysis for the week, right? So this is basically something that I'll be doing every Monday, where I randomly choose an index every Monday to analyze for us and just simply see how the index is performing, how far the index is, how where the index is going, where the index is from, how to tackle the index, which strategy to use. So this is basically what I'm gonna be doing for us every Monday. So it is basically what I call a Monday analysis, right? So here we are having our beautiful volatility 75-1S, my favorite baby girl, because I mean the baby will behave, my bra. So I'm having my very favorite volatility 75-1S, right? And if we look at our time frame, we can see that I'm on my monthly time frame. To tell you the truth, I don't use monthly time frame. I don't use weekly time frames. I do not. To be honest, I do not use them. Why? Because they're just too quiet for me to analyze. I mean, how on earth are you going to analyze a quiet market? So, but then I use my monthly and my weekly time frames to just simply keep myself up to date in terms of where the market is currently at, where it's going, what's happening, and all that. So, I mean, I'm on monthly and I'm trying to figure out what pila so, and I can see that, man, the market is currently in a situation where now it's breaking out of what I can maybe call a consolidation correction type of situation, because now, I mean, let's look at this movement. This is a clear movement, right? And the chances are, before this movement there was this movement. You get what I mean? Because now, remember what I told you, Ray, VIX is a reputation of movement. So chances are, before this movement there was definitely a movement like this. You get? So now kimo monthly, and I'm trying to figure out what's basically happening. And according to monthly, I can see that we are in a situation where now the market actually is dropping. So we are seeing a continuation of what, of a sell. So automatically when I start my whole analysis, I know that I must analyze for sells, and from my higher time frame ke tlo pusha di sell fela. So here's a hint: you will not, and I repeat, you will not go against what your higher time frames are saying. You will not disrespect your higher time frames. Simplicity, you will not disrespect bagolo ba hao. So if your monthly, your weekly, and your daily are saying you must look for selling opportunities, it simply means that even if you drag it to 5 minutes, you must still make sure you look for selling opportunities, because now it decreases the chances of you blowing and increases the chances of you having good trades. You get? So even if you say, let's say no, so we are analyzing and then we find that the market is actually selling, but when you go to your H1 you find that the market is buying, you will wait for the market to actually reject, turn around, and continue selling. So never go against the trend. That is the first thing. Never go against the trend. So now on my monthly is basically telling me hore we are basically still selling. So where is the market from? The market is from here. That's where the market is from. And now the market is coming here. This is where the market is coming. So meaning we are still looking for selling opportunities up until that point. I'm done with monthly. I'm not gonna complicate things any further. I'm really done with monthly, right? So monthly is telling me that we are looking for what? For selling opportunities. I'm gonna go to weekly. Weekly, I check what's happening. Go weekly. According to weekly, the market actually shot to the downside, went up again, and shot to the downside. So we are in a situation where now the market must continue shooting to the downside. You get what I mean? Up until it gets to the 40.2872 level. So if we look at this thing, it's some sort of like a movement that has happened before. It's just that obviously you have to at your spare time go back and check which movement was like this before. You get from here. I mean, I was just doing this so that you guys actually noticed on your on the channel how you can get clarity in terms of certain things. But now I'm getting to what I do when I analyze. You get. So what I do is I start on H4. That's what I do. When I get on H4, I mark my lowest level. I mark my lowest level. I mark my what? I mark my highest level. These are my levels, right? I mark my second level where I see okay, the market turned around here, and then from there I will mark my other level, which is this one. So these are the most valid levels. I can say, okay, this is where the market is at. Please note this. The market will give you levels that are very much important, and the market will give you minor levels. We do have people who focus on minor levels, but with me, because I already know where the market is going, I do not focus on the minor levels, but I focus on the more visible levels, because chances are the market might come to that point and reject when it's at that point. You get what I mean? So I'm on H4. I see that on H4 I'm having a trend line here. This is what I see. I see what I'm having a trend line. But then I'm not going to take the trend line. I'm not going to trade the trend line. I will not trade the trend line. You know why? Because I will be going against the trend. I will simply be going against the trend. The trend said we must look forward for selling opportunities. So the chances of the market hitting the 90% level here are quite slim, because I mean, this trend line is a buying trend line. And then when I look at my higher time frame, my higher time frames are telling me that I must look for selling opportunities. So I will not even entertain the market. So now here, I'm in a situation where I have to figure out, when will you start entertaining the market? That is the question that I have. When will I start entertaining the market? So I'm just going to look at the market, zoom in a little bit, check what's happening. And when I look at the market, I can see that I've seen this movement before. You see this movement here? This movement here. I've seen this movement before. But then the question is, where have you seen this movement before? That's the question. I'm just going to go back to my higher time frame. I get to my higher time frame. Please. The trend line, that the movement that I'm currently seeing from this point to this point is a movement that I saw here from this point up until this point. So what happened was that, obviously, yes, the market was selling. Again, we are looking for selling opportunities, but now I have a trend line that caters for buyers. And like I said to you previously, if the trend line goes against the market, it will never complete its 90% level. It won't, because now we are going against the trend, and indeed the market just took a turn from nowhere. This is my daily, right? I'm gonna go to my H4. Zoom into my H4. Here's that movement again. The market is giving me a trend line here, and the trend line is going against the trend. So the chances are the market might take a turn either here or here, but the market must take a turn and simply continue with its movement. But I think it's here because now we are having a valid level here. So it could be that the market will basically come there and continue shooting to the downside. So this is what I mean when I say the market gives you reputation of movement. It can be on different time frames, but then the movement will forever be the same. You get what I mean? It's basically a reputation of movements. So in conclusion, I can see that we are just basically waiting for the market to complete this failed trend line movement, and then eventually shoot to the downside for me as it continues giving me a beautiful movement. So I think we should just simply observe and just wait as we see what's gonna happen in this case, and then we shall take it from there. It's a girl fixed DC. I'm out.